Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in today's video, we're going to be looking back on all 11 seasons of the main Walking Dead, the flagship series, and we're going to be ranking every season from worst to best. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another video today, this one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead, and in today's video we're going to be doing another ranking video and another ranking list. I know you guys have been enjoying these ranking videos over the past couple days. Obviously the main Walking Dead is over, all the reviews are done, all of the, normal stuff is done. We did get started on a few Q&As as well too this week. We did I think one. We'll probably do another Q&A tomorrow, so for any of y'all that are wondering, the next Q&A will probably be tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But, I have heard from a lot of you guys you have been enjoying the ranking videos, so I am glad to hear that. Now, this one is ranking all of the Walking Dead seasons, all 11 seasons of The Walking Dead. Now, obviously, with doing a list like this, I'll make sure to let you all know once again that this is my opinion on the series, obviously. Everybody's entitled to their opinions on this one, but this is my thoughts, this is my kind of opinions on what I think are the best and the worst seasons of The Walking Dead. So, let's get started with number 11. My least favorite season of The Walking Dead is going to go to, drumroll please, Season 8. So, Season 8 is 100% my least favorite season of The Walking Dead. I think that the way they executed this season was very, very disappointing, and it's actually the one time I can say for a Walking Dead season that I was utterly disappointed with the outcome. Because, honestly, the rest of the Walking Dead TV show, the other 10 seasons on this list, at least have an aspect of it that I like, you know what I mean? Even like the more weaker ones. This is the one time I can say for The Walking Dead, aside from I don't know, maybe episodes 12, 13, 14, I like some of those episodes. Aside from those few in the back half there, this is about darn near a write-off for me. I think the war was very poorly executed. They tried to do too much action in a way where there was nothing going on with our characters. It was just shooty, shooty, bang, bang, that's it. And there was no major, character moments at all, And when there was character moments, it would be bad. You had Daryl, who was completely rogue this season, doing dumb things that would get people in trouble, trying to ram a truck through the sanctuary. You have Rick that continues to go back to the junkyard people 3-4 times over this season. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that number either. I swear to God, I think he goes back to them 3 or 4 different times. And he tries to get them on his side after they completely flipped on him last season. And they continue to flip on him, but he continues to go back, right? And it makes no sense whatsoever. And my biggest problem with this season, as I'm sure everybody's problem is, Carl's death, man, it's not a good death. It really wrecks the story. And I still think it impacts the story to this day, not having Carl on the show. And having him die in the way he did was a complete and utter insult to his character. Just to find out that Gimple's reasoning for it is so that Rick doesn't kill Negan. You mean to tell me you couldn't come up with any other reason why Rick didn't kill Negan? You had to kill off a legacy character, and in my opinion, the most important character aside from Rick when it comes to the future of the show. Unfrickin' believable. So, easily my least favorite season of the show. Number 10 is going to be Season 7. It's next best buddy. This is our build-up season to Season 8. And while I do prefer this season over Season 8 because I think that they have better episodes, such as the season premiere, the season finale, Bury Me Here, and there are a few in between that I do like, but there's also a lot of bad episodes in this season. The Cell, Hostiles and Calamities, Say Yes. There's episodes in here that I really do not like. And I am not a fan of a lot of the TV original storylines that they did in this one. The Junkyard, Oceanside, and I think there were a lot of problems with this season. And though I like that it builds to a war, the fact it didn't pay off in the next season really hurts this season too. Because this season, I mean, you could argue it if you want, but to me, let's be honest here, there's a lot of times in this season where it's a slow drag. And, I love slow burn storytelling if it's done right. right. And I actually think that season 7 had some elements of it that worked, to be honest. But it also had elements that didn't work. An entire episode about looking for guns. That's not intriguing to the normal viewer. It's not. An entire bottled off episode at the Sanctuary, and that is my biggest pet peeve with this season, if you didn't know, is it's not the story, it's the way of it. It's the structure, if you will, of the storytelling. I mean, how many times did we spend an entire episode with Daryl in a cell? How many times did we, spend an episode with Eugene at the Sanctuary? Just him, the whole episode. We just had a Kingdom episode. We just had a Hilltop episode. Like, they cut their budget so much this season, it was unbelievable. And honestly, this season suffers a lot, if you ask me. Really much suffers with a lot of what they were trying to do. Number 9 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 4. Now, this might be a little bit of a controversial opinion. I do recognize that. I have a feeling that a lot of people are about to disagree with me on this one. The reason why Season 4 is so low on the list, for me at least, is because the flu storyline, although it's realistic, and I do understand that that would realistically happen sometimes in an apocalypse, I think it's a very big amount of filler so that you can delay the governor until he shows up, so therefore you can make 16 episodes. And I think that's the big issue, because no one important died in the flu arc. Right? No one important died in the flu arc. And don't even tell me Karen died and that was important. It's important for Tyrese. It's not important because we care about the Karen character. Care about Karen, right? So, I don't know. It's really just not a good storyline. Plus, they once again hit you with the bottle episodes in the back half of the season on the road, right? Which certain ones worked. I think Claimed, Season 4, Episode 11, that was a spectacular episode. I also really love the Season 4 finale, A. That is easily one of my favorite finales I've ever done. And Too Far Gone is a great episode as well. So they had good episodes in the middle. I don't want to act like it was a bad season. I think this season, if I had to say something about it, I would say it's painfully average. You know what I mean? It's good at times. It is. It does have good episodes, don't get me wrong. But I also think it has moments where it does tremendously suffer, to be honest. And I think that's because this season is definitely not meant for 16 episodes. It's not. I think this season could have been trimmed down to 10 episodes, and it would have been amazing, to be honest. So that's just kind of my opinion on it. But and again, Season 4, it has its moments, but I don't know. Overall, I think they could have done a little bit better with it. Coming in at number 8 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 3. So, this was a pretty darn good season. I mean, this was one of them seasons where we were introduced to the governor. We also got our major first look at the Michonne character. Merle was freaking amazing. I mean, Merle was spectacular, and I really enjoyed a lot of what they were doing in this season. I also, though, at the same time, think that this season does get a little bit too much credit. That's why it is number 8, at least on my list, is because I do think that the Andrea character really bogs down this season a lot, to be honest, with what they were doing with her. Also, the Rick hallucinating thing, it was good at first, and then I think it kind of drags its feet when they kind of push it into the back half, and that's all he's doing is like seeing Lori and stuff. I think they kind of dragged that a little bit too much, but I do think that this season also had a lot of strong elements to it too, right? Killer Within, This Sorrowful Life, stuff like that. They had some real, Clear, that was great as well too. So they had some good episodes in here as well too. But they also had underwhelming episodes, like the season finale, right? The season finale was a very poorly done episode. So I definitely think that this season, it's mostly good, but I do think it's a little underlooked when it comes to its flaws. I feel like some people don't acknowledge the amount of flaws this season does have at the same time. Number 7 is going to go to Season 10. I really enjoy The Walking Dead Season 10. This was a really, really good season. I think overall 10A is a good half. I think it builds up to the Whisper War very well. You got the spy storyline with Dante, which I thought was very well executed. And there were a few episodes in the first half that had iffy moments, but I think overall 10A was, it was solid. 10B, I adored. I think 10B was amazing. Aside from Michonne's last episode and some weird things in there, I think the Whisper War in the TV show was really, really amazing. And I know not everybody agrees with that, but I think the Whisper War was very well handled in the TV show. Now, the bonus episodes are a bit of a mixed bag for me. I love Here's Negan, I love One More, and I love Home Sweet Home, but I also despise Diverged, I despise Splinter, and I despise Find Me, right? So Season 10, I would say, is a mostly good season, but it does also have little elements in there, in particular in the bonus episodes where it does suffer, which kind of knocked it down a little bit, because I used to have this season higher, but I think after the bonus episodes, I'll have to sit it at number 7. That's where I'm going to have to put it, unfortunately. But it's a good season, still, either way. Coming in at number 6 is going to be the final season, The Walking Dead Season 11. So, number 6 is where we're going to place the final season. I've really thought about this for a while. I've really tried to kind of gather my thoughts about these 24 episodes, and ultimately, this is the spot I'm going to put the final season. I think number 6 is good. It's right in the middle, you know what I mean? It's right in the middle. It's a good season. I think it's a really good season. But it also suffers from a few problems as well too, right? I have said before that I think 11A is darn near flawless aside from Pope. I really do. 11A I think gets way too much hate. Especially the first 3 episodes. I think they had something amazing going there. I really do. I think 11A really has a lot of spectacular stuff going for it, aside from Pope. 11B does suffer a lot, and that's actually why it's only in the middle, because if it wasn't for 11B, I would have actually bumped this season up a lot more. And then 11C, as I've said before, I think it's flawless. I think it's amazing. I love the Commonwealth arc. I love what they did with Lance. I loved basically everything with the Commonwealth. Aside from like the Shira stuff, I'm not too big on that. But I'm not one of those weirdos that comes on here and says, oh, I don't like the Commonwealth because of the budget. No, because of one street. Look, I don't like it either. I don't like that the Commonwealth is so small. But am I going to sit there and flaw the season about it? No, get over it. So they have a small budget, you know? What do you want? But I really enjoy what they did with Lance. I really enjoy what they did with his character. I love the Toby edition, too, with the Warlord storyline. That was really interesting. And I think the Reapers had a good ending. It's just the Pope era was terrible, to be honest. But yeah, you know, and they brought back Rick. They had a great ending for the Commonwealth. They had the variants, which I thought were an amazing addition to the season. So yeah, you know, it was really good. I just think that, you know, at the same time, I have to acknowledge Pope and I have to acknowledge some of the things in 11B that I did find a bit weird. But I'm going to put it nice in the middle, number 6. It's a good final season. I like it. And, you know, there you go. That's kind of where I'd place it for now. Number 5 is going to be Season 9. Now, Season 9 at number 5. This might surprise some people. It might. And I have a feeling a lot of people are not going to agree with this. But this is why. I love Rick's exit so much, and I love the introduction to the Whispers. I think all of that is amazing, the way they did that. Here's when my flaws come in with the season, though. I think the overall storyline of Oceanside was really just not the greatest. And I'm not a big Jed fan, guys. I'm not a big fan of his character, to be fully honest. And there were a few episodes in 11B that do lack for me a little bit. In particular, Scars. I think that was a really poorly done episode. You know, you hype up this backstory throughout the whole season, and you finally get to it, and it was so weird. It was so weird and so disappointing. And I liked a lot of aspects of what they were doing in this season. I love the Whisperers as a threat. I think they're probably my favorite overall villain group, which still puts this in a top 5. But you know what I mean? I had my problems with the season 2, but I think it's mostly a well-done season, for sure. Number 4 is going to be Season 5. I really enjoy Season 5. This season, minus the hospital storyline, like those 4 episodes there, this is an utterly flawless season for me, at least for me. I love the Terminus storyline. I love it. I think it's one of the best era of episodes. And I love the back half, too. I love Alexandria. I love the introduction to all that stuff there. The return of Morgan's character, how they handled that. And in my opinion, Rick's ultimately best season. Rick was at his all-time high this season. And I think that definitely has to be acknowledged in one way, shape, or form. Number 3 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 1. I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion as well, too. I am a massive defender of the first 6 episodes of The Walking Dead. I think the zombies, the story, the overall vibe of this season, what Frank Darabont pulled off, and the feel of that first season was something that The Walking Dead never captured again. And I love it so much. And honestly, I would move it higher, to be honest, at times. But I'll put it at number 3 because there are only 6 episodes. But I love this season. I have been on record saying I think this is a flawless season of television. And it's my personal favorite first season of a TV show. So You know, there you go. Number 2 is going to go to season 2. Oh boy, I'm about to get some flack for this one. I love this season, and you also keep in mind, guys, this was my first experience with The Walking Dead. You remember, I experienced the last 3 episodes of season 2 before I experienced any else of any Walking Dead content. So this season holds a special place in my heart. 2B, especially, in what they were doing with Shane and the farm storyline and the dialogue, guys. Like, the dialogue in The Walking Dead in the recent seasons are not what they were here. And I love the cast that we had back here. Dale, Shane, T-Dog, Herschel, all these people, It was so well done. You had Rick at this time. And the zombies were intimidating. The episodes were awesome, and I think this season is darn near perfect. Aside from a few slow moments on the farm, which slow moments don't always mean bad. That's the one thing some people, have to kind of remember. Slow moments don't always mean bad. That just means that we're having moments with our characters, And I think this season did a fantastic job at doing what it was trying to do. And Shane was an amazing threat. Still one of my favorite threats in the entire Walking Dead show. And my all-time favorite season of The Walking Dead TV show is going to go to The Walking Dead Season 6. Now, I absolutely, without a doubt, think this is the best work The Walking Dead has done. I love how scary the zombies were in this season, and that is easily the best portion of the season. In addition to the build-up of Negan and wondering when he's going to come, wondering when he's going to come into the story, and the introduction of Hilltop and Gregory, the JSS episode, all this stuff, the Morgan episode with Eastman, I can't see how anybody wouldn't put this at number 1. It has the best story in the history of The Walking Dead. It is, in my opinion, the best cast of characters at the time, too. And I know a lot of people do not like the cliffhanger. I think it's brilliant, to be honest. And I know I'm going to get hate for that. I think the cliffhanger is brilliant because they got the viewers they wanted. Did they not? And now we know. So, all these people that want to be, all kind of hating and all, the cliffhanger is bad or whatever. Well, guess what? They pulled the highest amount of viewers they ever got. So, I don't really know what you're complaining about, to be honest. But anyway, that is my ranking for the seasons of The Walking Dead. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. What are your favorite seasons of The Walking Dead show? Definitely let me know and write your comments in the comment section below. So if you enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos of The Walking Dead. And I'll see you guys really soon for more Walking Dead videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
I've heard stories, walkers that can climb walls and open doors. I was never sure if they were just stories.